Hello. Um, so I decided to make another video of um something that's very important to me. Um, Sorry if I say a lot. I've noticed that I have no makeup on right now, so excuse the way I look. And what I'm gonna talk about, let's see, how can I put this? Um, I don't know how to. There's really no way to sugarcoat it, so I'm just going to say it. Um, so please, like, don't leave me any comments being like, "Oh my gosh, you shouldn't have said that." Like, seriously, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Um, this is about my friend Connor. It's a girl, Connor. So, um, anyways, I met her my freshman year. I was at a new school. Um, Hated it. Oh my gosh, I hated that school, and I still do. Um, but she was very, very nice. She sang. She's a cheerleader. Blonde hair. She had braces though, but she was like the popular crowd, I guess. Because she had been at that school for a very long time, and she was very, very nice. She had this um, very distinct voice, where she would kind of just drag it out, kind of just and like you heard her down the hall and you knew it was Connor. Um, we sat next to each other in Bible class, and we would always talk. For some reason, like every Friday, we would watch Leave It to Beaver. Don't know why, but we would talk through that and make fun of it. And um, she was always very, very nice. I this is the if you watch any other like my bullying video, my anti-bullying with the cards. Um, that's the school I was very, very badly bullied at, to the point that I left finally after 2 years. And she was one of the people that didn't. And she was one of those people that, like, she was in the in crowd, but she wasn't one of those stuck up people that were like, oh, I'm popular, I'm not going to talk to you, or I'm going to talk to you when my friends aren't around, and when they are, I don't know you. Um, I think, did I say she was a dancer? Um, and yeah, but I left after my sophomore year, and my senior year, November of my senior year, um, November 3rd. Sorry if this like takes me a minute. Um, I was asleep, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and my sister comes in, and she wakes me up, and I was mad because it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and I had school, and I didn't sleep well that night, and so um, she woke me up and she said, "Sarah, you need to look at some, or you need to know something. Mom just called me and said that on the news, Connor and her family were killed," and I didn't believe her. So, and she, even though saw it on the news, she still kind of didn't believe it. So we sat in my room, and we got on the news, and we looked it up, and sure enough, it was Connor, and her whole family had been murdered the night before. She They went and I don't know how to say this. Um, she okay. Um, her father was schizophrenic, and nobody knew. At least no one came forward and said that they knew. He wasn't going into treatment. He wasn't taking medication. But he was, I guess, under the impression that people were stalking his family and threatening them, and so he thought the only way to save them. This is just speculation because he was dead, but the only way to save them was to kill them. So he killed each of them, and killed Connor last and then shot himself. And they, for maybe like a day, maybe because they got pulled down, they released the 911 call Connor had made. She was in her closet upstairs. She'd seen her brother and her mother get shot, and she ran upstairs in the I think in the attic, and she hid in a closet. And the 911 call, um, you can hear like the 911 dispatcher like, 911, what's your emergency? And she's all you hear is her breathing, like just rapid, scared, terrified, fast breathing, and you hear footsteps, and you hear the creak of the door open, and you hear her breathing get faster, and then you just hear a gunshot, and then it's silent, and then you hear another gunshot, and that was him. So that was definitely a mind blow, because you don't expect it to be the sweet people, it's always, it seems to me, it's always the people you least expect something to happen to, um or you don't even expect it to happen to anyone. It's just like, that murder and suicide and stuff, that's an outside problem. That's not something that, personally people think that they're going to have to deal with. Um, so I went to school that morning, and I found my friend Alina, who was an exchange student from Austria, and we became really, really close. And people actually thought that we were dating. It was kind of funny. But I found her, and I just broke down, and all she could do was just hold me, and I just cried, and I tried to suck it up to get through class, and I looked like crap that day. I was wearing like my uniform pants, this big old hoodie, no makeup, hair up, just I looked a mess. And I got through first period, and I called my mom, and I asked her if I could come home, because I went to a private school, and you have to get permission from your parents if you want to leave. So she let me come home, but I had to stay until lunch. So I went to my psychology class, ironically enough. And even the popular kids at this high school that I've grown up with, I mean, I grew up with these people, went to school with them since I was in preschool. And but I mean, it showed me that day that even though, I may not talk to them every day or hang out, we were a very, very close class. As much as we joked around and said some of us said some really hateful things to one another, but it always came back around, and push comes to shove, we were a family, and we were very, very, very close. Most of, over half that class had been together since preschool, so including myself. And this girl, Cassandra, she saw me crying, and she asked if I was okay, and I couldn't say anything. I remember all I did was give her a thumbs up, and then I went in like the back corner and I didn't want to start like wailing, so I kind of held it in and just cried. And the psychology teacher came up, and she was actually also the Bible teacher or religion teacher or whatever. And she came up, and she actually asked the class to come around me, and they all came around me and put their hands on me and started praying for me. And I could hear them before that happened. When I walked in, everyone was talking about it. Because yeah, Fayetteville has murders, but this was big. This was an entire family. It was a murder suicide, and very wealthy, prominent people, very loved in their community, involved in their church, involved in school, involved with the community. And they were just, oh, did you hear about the Maxwell family? Yeah, it was a coach at Village, and he killed his family. And I was just like, I don't want to hear this. And so one of the guys that I've grown up with, Taylor, we weren't close, but we grew up together. But he was trying to make me feel better, and he started. We like canceled that class. I don't know why, but um, he started singing. He started because he's very, very, very funny, and he tries to do impressions. I don't know if he thinks they're good, but some of them are. Some of them are just really funny. But he started doing our song by Elton John, and it was so funny. And I was just I think this was around the time that it was, because the night before that, me and my mom went to see Michael Jackson, This Is It. And we were the only ones in the theater. And the next day is when I found out what happened. So Taylor was talking about that, and he was making fun of Michael Jackson because in the movie he's like talking about how his coat's on fire, and he takes it off, and he's like throw it on the ground, put the flames out, lights off, and I walk off. And just he was just being so funny. And I remember actually laughing a lot. And I don't know if he meant to do that. I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know if he actually was trying to make me feel better, or if he was just being himself, or I don't know. But I don't think he knows how much. He probably doesn't even remember that, but I do, and it really meant a lot to me, and I never got a chance to tell him that, but it really did. And yeah, so all that happened. I'm trying to think of what else to say. Um, I did have her phone number in my phone, and I was really, really debating on what to do with it. That might seem kind of silly to some, but to anyone who's ever lost anybody, like a family member or a friend or anything, it's like once you like erasing the phone number in a kind of off way, it's like trying to pretend that they didn't exist. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to forget her. I didn't want to forget, you know, how nice she was and her personality and stuff like that. And so I don't know why I did this, but I did, and I called it, and it went straight to voicemail, of course, and then it disconnected. So uh, I got a new phone, so of course that number's not in it anymore. But and then someone hacked my Facebook, so I'm not her friend on Facebook anymore because they kept her Facebook page up for a while. But she was only 17 years old, and she was gonna go to App State. She wanted to be a cheerleader there, and with her best friend Ashton, um, which I can only imagine how hard that must have been for Ashton, because her and Ashton grew up together. Like, they have pictures together when they were babies. So my heart really went out to her and to her family. I do have a bracelet that they were handing out at the churches. It's got a Bible verse on it, and it says, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. It says Maxwell family. And Carolina Blue, because I don't like them, but that was her favorite team. So, but yeah, she died on November 2nd, 2009, and her birthday was in May of 92. So I just, I kind of feel like I'm preaching to the choir, because I feel like everyone has said this or everyone has heard this, but I don't think it can be said enough. Don't take what you have for granted. Like, the people that are in your lives, you don't know when they're gonna leave. And don't, if you have something to say to them, whether it be you have feelings for them, or you never told them thank you, or just even not even thank you for like a date, but just thank you for, hey, just want to let you know, thanks for being such a good friend or something, tell them. Don't push it off cuz you don't know. Um so yeah, I'm sorry if I rambled. This is kind of a personal thing too. Um and I hope I didn't depress anyone. I'm sorry. This wasn't meant to be depressing. But so yeah, I'm really sorry if I bummed you guys out. But it's okay. So, I just wanted to share my little story and give my voice to it. Um so, you know, for anyone out there that, they feel like they don't have friends, cuz I feel that a lot, cuz right now I really only have one friend, and she's away at college. So, it's can be very lonely, and I miss her a lot, and but she's the only person in my life that I tell everything to, and we've had so many problems in the past, that we've gotten through and overcame, and you know I've known her since she was in kindergarten, and so it was very awkward that we became friends, but she's amazing, and she's very, very, very important in my life. So I tell her as much as possible, that I love her, and you know if it wasn't for her, I I wouldn't be as sane as I am, because even when I'm just depressed, I just text her. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So thanks, Taylor. But so just tell the people that you care about, that you do care about, and try not to take life. Don't be so scared and afraid to do things. I really don't know how to end this, other than just saying that I'm here for you guys. I might not know what to say or the right way to say it, but I listen. I've been through a lot, so I can kind of relate to everything. So I am going to change the subject right now because it's starting to get really depressing, and I'm going to finish watching Xena because she's a beast. Her and her girlfriend. Just kidding, they're not really girlfriends, but ask Lucy Lawless. She even says that they were a couple. So I'm gonna watch that and just hang around here. So if you need anything, just please let me know. I'm here. Whenever I get a message on YouTube, it goes straight to my phone, so I'm always gonna get them. So I love you guys. Thank you for putting up with this 20-minute video. I'm so sorry in advance. So I guess I'm just gonna say goodbye, and I will talk to you later.